folks, welcome back. I just thought I would show you the kind of finished product of my sauerkraut tamper. This is that stick of maple out of the brush pile. I have put 3 coats of coconut oil on it. I put one on, worked it in, let it set for 12 hours. Then did 2 more coats the same way, and I think it came out pretty good. And I still have a grip up here. It's not oily. This is what the end looks like that I cut to make this, and this is the end that was cut from the tree either this spring or last fall. I think last fall. So I think it'll work. There's holes in there. I made sure the coconut oil got in those all 3 times. Wiped them clear. There is a crack right there. I also made sure the coconut oil got in there, and I made sure I worked it in and then wiped it off all 3 times. So this is ready to use. This is ready. I'm not ready, but this is ready. But I know it's there for when I get around to making sauerkraut, which won't be right off. So I'll put this in a bag, wrap it up, and it'll be ready, right? Now with the coconut oil, I realize I'm going to have to do this every so often. That's all right. I don't mind doing that. So I think it turned out quite all right. I think it'll work. I hope you all are good. I just got done hauling 70 more gallons of water. My bucket with the rope that I'm throwing off the culvert into the water, it came up with a little bit of silt, a little bit of peat moss, and some rocks. Each throw, folks. So if I'm quick enough, and I'm going to have to work at this, throw it out there and just start hauling. But what I'm afraid of is every time I throw the bucket out, I've got to put my foot up on the log and try not to get my feet tangled up and trip over the rope, right? So I think I don't know, folks. We do need rain, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm whining about not getting any rain, but I kind of am. I like my available water source. The next available water source is from a stream about 4 miles away, and that is, I'd have to go out there, wade out there, get my bucket full, wade back, and the bottom of that stream is very slippery. And put something in the back of my vehicle to pour the buckets in, drive back, and that just doesn't seem feasible. So I'm pretty sure I'm walking away from one of my gardens, the experimental garden up in the woods yard. I'm walking away from that, and the only thing I'm watering in the ditch garden, the community garden, are the tomato plants and cucumber plants. Everything else is going to have to be sacrificed. So, but if there's no water, there's no water. We do need rain. A lot of people need rain. And a lot of your comments state you're also in a drought. I'm also thinking another culprit might be because we no longer have a beaver issue here. They moved out. They go on like a 5-year cycle. They've eaten all their food reserve, anything that they need to collect for their food, right? Which is a lot of it's alders. And where they dammed this up out here, it was so flooded that a lot of the alders downstream aren't looking so good. So I think they've depleted their food source, and I think they've moved on. That's why there's no longer any beaver here, which is the time you want beaver, right? When you have them, you don't want them. When you don't have them, you want them. It just seems to be how it works. But there might be, upstream, there might be a beaver dam. I do not know. I know there's been a beaver issue up there at some point in the past. So if there's a beaver dam up there, that could account one of the reasons why we're so low here. But we're really dry, folks. I watered my it's called a Snappy Mac apple tree, and it's an apple tree that I planted last year. And I put 2.5 gallons in there slowly, and it soaked it up just as soon as I poured it in. It was soaking it up. So I do know that we're dry. The compost that I shoveled yesterday, that's been sitting for 4 years, has always been quite moist, quite damp, enough so you could grab onto it and make a fist, and it would stay that shape. It was halfway down through the pile, toward the bottom of the pile. It was slightly moist, slightly damp. But other than that, when I was shoveling it, it was dusty. So we do need rain, just like a lot of you folks need rain. So there's the update there. I think the only good news is this is done. It can be put away until I get to my sauerkraut making. And I'm still upright and breathing. It's been a productive day. It's been a busy day. It's been a warm day. And Cousin Shay's been stacking her wood in this heat. And we do what we have to do, right? We just do what we have to do. Be smart about it. And upward and onward. Upward and onward.